Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video, and today we are finally gonna get Formula 3 underway. It has been far too long, but we're in for a very intense title fight where the grid is absolutely stacked to the brim. We've got talents like Fornaroli, Tucker Tappinen, Toslov, Loke, Mini and Ugo Chukwu. This should be a fantastic season of racing, and not to mention we have new reg changes here for Formula 3 in 2025, so we'll see which teams have an early advantage. Many are predicting Kramer to have an advantage, but at the moment, like F2, it will probably be random number generator. The first race of the championship season will begin in Bahrain, as usual for Formula 3, as the drivers are now revving up to 5 red lights here for the first race of 5. Tappinen managed to get an early lead at turn 1, but couldn't handle it for long as Ugo Chukwu quickly took the lead. While that was happening, all hell was breaking loose in the midfield. I'm not gonna lie to you, nothing else happened. Ugo Chukwu had the lead. Tappinen did stay in DRS range, but for whatever reason, no one could actually overtake. Like, if you look from Fornaroli, everyone was in a DRS train from 7th to 20th. All in the end, it was Ugo Chukwu who took the first win in a new era for Formula 3. The Carlin team were delighted with a 1-4 finish. Co would be a little bit disappointed not to end up on the podium. With the first race of the championship being done and dusted, teams have now a lot of data to work with if they wanted to try and go in the hunt in the championship. Round 2 of the Formula 3 championship took place in Baku. For the first time ever, these young F3 drivers are going to have to tackle the streets of Azerbaijan. Czechbor finally realised that he was a Formula 3 driver and decided to try and go for the lead. But Oliver Goethe managed to cover him off by turn 2. A lot of the teams were shocked to see a lot of fighting at the castle section, but Toslov made sure he was on top. But Ubaid would just not give up. While that was happening, Oliver Goethe may as well have booked a holiday. On the final lap, Ugo Chukwu went for a move for P4, but Gabriele Mini was smarter than that and used the DRS to his advantage. In the end, it was Oliver Goethe, the Red Bull Academy driver, who would take the victory. Surely he will be feeling quite ambitious about his title chances. We do not talk about the gap in qualifying, but round 3 takes place in the beautiful British Grand Prix. Fairclough lost the lead of his home Grand Prix quite early after a 12-second gap of qualifying, and Tappinen took an early lead. A bad qualifying from Ugo Chukwu meant that the McLaren Junior had work to do to recover through the field. The teams are also starting to learn that the medium tyres aren't quite as quick as they were made out to be. Abby Pulling clearly felt at home as she overtook Deegan Fairclough around the outside at Maggots and Beckett's. Her teammate on the final lap managed to follow through. A strong weekend for the Invicta F3 team, who made their debut this season. Tucker Tappinen came through to take his first ever win in Formula 3. The former Ferrari, now Renault Academy driver, has a win in Formula 3 this season. However, there's a lot more news to unfold in the coming weeks. We have big news regarding the Formula 2 grid. Oliver Bearman has been promoted to Formula 1 mid-season. Our championship leader will drive for BMW Sauber. There we land. Salvatore will have a new teammate in Gabriele Mini. We're going to have to find out how he will do trying to get used to this Formula 2 car. With that being said, it meant Prema had to go to other options to replace Gabriele Mini, so fellow Monoposto YouTuber Polo Pluto took that seat. And on his debut qualified third with his teammate in P4. Prema will be feeling ambitious to get their first win of the year. Polo Pluto took the lead on his debut, but Ugo Chukwu wasn't going to allow him to have the lead for long. The McLaren Junior then went on to control the race, while there was more battling in the midfield. The long straight circuits were really making for great entertainment. The teams were not expecting to be hit by any sort of dilemma, especially the track drying up. However, Joseph Loke managed to use it to his advantage and move up to third, but everyone was wondering what Ugo Chukwu, the race leader, would do. He ended up staying out, and that meant the whole field decided to go another lap on a dry track on intermediate tyres. A lot of maturity was on display here in Spa, and Ugo Chukwu would go on to take his second win of the 2025 Formula 3 season. He retook the championship lead with just one race to go in the season finale in Monza. He has an 8-point lead to Tuukka Tappinen in second. Pressure is always on in a title decider, especially when you're starting in a lowly P12 on the grid. Ugo Chukwu's got his work cut out for him if he wants to become the F3 champion. Tappinen, starting in 5th, already is in championship position. Tappinen was feeling the pressure in this finale. Ugo Chukwu up to 8th means he's in championship position. If things were to stay as they are, he will be the F3 World Champion. In the end, his teammate Co would go on to win the Italian Grand Prix. Surprisingly, his home Grand Prix. Another win for another Red Bull Junior in Formula 3. Tappinen did all he could, but Ugo Chukwu is the one who will take the title. Winning the F3 title can always be difficult with such a limited amount of races on the calendar, but Ugo Chukwu has done a fantastic job for him and the Carling team. With all that being said, I am very excited to have a look at the final standings in the championship. Who finished where? Who will be looking good to go to Formula 2? Well, let's have a gander right now.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no!
Now I can talk about the most underrated Monoposto feature, being able to look at the championship after the season is over. Oh my god, thank goodness that Marco added it into the game. Here are the final standings, and that is a brilliant way to end today's video. Roll on Season 6, Season 5 is finally over. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.